Today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and reviewing the 12-foot witch from Home Depot. This was released this year, brand new for 2022. This thing is absolutely awesome and I cannot wait to put this up in the yard. So let's go ahead and unbox this and then I'll show you everything that's inside. So right inside the box flaps, there is the directions, but also you can download the Built app on the App Store or Google Play. You can get in there and download the app and it'll walk you through step by step with 3D instructions on how to do this. You can easily scan the QR code, takes you right to the App Store, and you can build your witch from there. You can also do all of the Home Depot props that use this app. So lots of good stuff on there. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff in here. So to begin with, they do give you traditional paper instructions. So inside the box, you have the base, which unlike the other 12-footers, this comes in two pieces, so you have to connect that. You have the main mechanism right there. The top half of her, which is the shoulder form, and all the wiring. Inside this big box is her hands and her face. Back there you have the witch broom, which comes in 4 pieces. Here you have the hat, and then all of her clothing. Here you have some of the cheap pipe foam. Back there is all of the poles, and then right here is the broom head. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start assembling this, starting with the base. Now, when you're assembling all of this, when the directions reference left and right, they're speaking from the character's point of view. So if you pretend you're the witch staring out, right is right, left is left, so not opposites. So let's go ahead and assemble the base. Just like every animatronic, snaps together until you hear the click. So our next step is part C. It is this weird looking triangular piece, and instead of your typical snap-in buttons, it's got a wing nut here, so you're going to want to unscrew that, slide this down on, and then you're going to want to put the wing nut back in there, and then it has little clips at the very bottom. You're going to want to take those out of there, insert those into the holes, and go ahead and insert the little cotter keys again back in. So our next step is going to be her broom head. So our next step is the adapter. So we're going to need to stick this down inside first, is what they're saying to do. So now that we have that ran in there, you're going to want to fan this out. So get this like fanned out as much as you can. It's going to make this a lot easier from what I've heard on a lot of different stuff. So if we can fan out this broom, and it is kind of dusty because this is like real stuff here. So you're going to want to just slide this over the top.
And on the inside of the broom head, there is 2 prongs that slide into 2 little holes.
So now that we have this all laid down, we have part F, G, and then we have part H on here. So then you're going to want to take part I and slide that in until it locks into place with part H. There will be a little hole inside of part H, which is part J. So you're going to go ahead and slide that through. And then you take part L, which is the hand, and slide that down over. And then you have your yellow and your white wires. And then you have your another wire inside her hand that connects to part K, which is the arm. So all 3 of these wires then connect right here at the bottom of her hand, and then you can just slide all that together. So now that we have all that, we're going to go ahead and get her shirt and her whole clothing and get that installed. So what we want to do here is install just the sleeve of her right arm. And the quality of this is kind of like almost like an inflatable, but just a little bit better quality. So now that we have her coat on, we're going to want part N, which is her whole framing. And we're going to come over here where the wiring is. And then you just slide this in and lock this in place. And then we have, sturdy it up a bit. Then you have your yellow wire to yellow, white to white, and then your sensor wire. And now we can pull her shirt up. Okay, so now we're just going to take the costume and just easily slide this over to where you can get to it from the inside. It's very, very side heavy now. So then we're going to take part O and we're going to snap that into place over here as well. And then you have all your wiring over here, which is yellow to yellow. Then you have a bunch of different ones here. White to white. You got some black ones. I don't know what some of these even go to yet. She has a ton of wiring. Just make sure everything lines up. And we're going to go ahead and take her costume, pull it back over. Okay, so now that we got her at that point with her mechanism on and everything, you're going to want to weight the one side because she is very heavy off to one side, so she's going to continue to fall over. So just put a weight on the other side of her. So now that we have her costume all on, and we have part N on, we have part O on. Now we go to part P, which is her head. So her head is just locking pin. Just like everything else. Slide it in there so it snaps in place. And then you're going to have to feed some wiring down through. And that, I believe, is what this red and black wire is down here. So let's feed that through. Yep, and then we have a red and a black wire down here. We still have another wire sensor down here. Not sure what this goes to quite yet. So I remember seeing some videos about this. The other sensor wire is inside on her costume, mounted to the front of her. So that is what this other wire goes to. So we're going to go ahead and connect those. So it's mounted just on the front side where her sensor is up front. So now we have part Q, which is this piece here. You're going to want to take out this little locking pin. Take that out, and it's going to slide over top of the mechanism. It's going to lock into place over here. Slides through, then go ahead and stick that pin back in. Now we have part R, which is these big, huge leg pieces here. And they are tied together. So we're just going to go ahead and snap these in place. So take this wiring off, this tie. Take that off of here so her legs move freely. So you're going to take part S and just slide these down and around. These foam pieces here. So then you have some big elastic hoops here. You gotta kind of finagle around here. Then you're gonna want to hook these little teeny ones on the very end of her cape, at the bottom of her dress, around the top of part R, which is her legs. And then same with this one over here. There's one for the left and the right side. Now she looks like she's flying. So our next step is part T, which is her left hand. You're going to slide that through there and then insert the locking pin. And then you can pull her shirt back down. So now that we have all that done, we can now take her costume and now Velcro all this together. And then we have her cape, which is part V. And this actually has a wire inside of it that you can bend around to keep it like it's floating. So then you just wrap that around her. And then you get your Velcro points. We can mess with this more later when she's actually standing up. And then we can put the last piece of the handle on, and it just slides down inside her hand. And then last but not least is her hat with her hair. Kind of hard right now with this cape, which honestly I think I'm going to just wait till I stand her up. So okay, we're just going to slide her hat on, hit the Velcro points. Make sure our elastic strap doesn't hinder her mouth motion. And then make sure our Velcro's out here. Slide that on. And there we go. Our witch is complete. Let's take her outside and stand her up. So here is her. Lights on, eyes on. She looks awesome. It's not really picking it up so well because of the lights. There she just turned off. There she turns back on again. She is lit up really well just from the lights that are provided on her. She is awesome. So let's get up there and turn her on.
How am I flying, you wonder? It's simple, really. By the powers given to me from dark magic. Would you like to do the same? All you need to do is trade me your soul. From where I am, you can run, but you can't hide. You better pick up the pace to escape my spell. Or you might be turned into a toad. Are you scared of heights, my pretty? Don't worry, I will drop you right away. How am I flying, you wonder? It's simple, really. By the powers given to me from dark magic. Would you like to do the same? All you need to do is trade me your soul.